So we thank for that presentation, and our next guest, next presenter is engineer František Och. He is the director of Research Institute of Balneology, and balneology is a method of treating disease by bathing, a traditional medicine technique usually practiced at spas. So welcome.
Oh, thank you. Tak děkuji vám za předání slovo.
For passing the word. I work for the Balneology Institute, which is the only research institute specializing also in basic research, and we are independent, which means that we do not depend on the state budget. The word balneology means all water curative effect, all water cures. This is an old definition, but today our institute deals with a revolutionary effect, and this is especially nanobubble treatment in children's diseases, skin diseases, specifically in Spa Kinchvart. This is a medical area, so this is an EBM, we could say, a EBM resort. The second pillar which the Balneology Research Institute focuses on is research of the influence of ultra-electromagnetic radiation at both ends of the visible spectrum on changes in the condition of the human body. What is assessed as a possible condition change of a human organism. A pilot epidemiological study was conducted on a large department of a distribution company was conducted. And epidemiology study was carried out together with some research activities which have already been conducted in the area of integrated medicine, or also information medicine, which is information-based medicine. The owner of this cohort study was the producer of devices which are based on electromagnetic field radiation. The name of the company is SOMAS Device. We defined the main factors influencing the workplace, while the most important were temperature, humidity, CO2 levels, and non-ionizing electromagnetic field. The study which we conducted so as to be in alignment that everything should be done for employees. It was done within corporate social responsibility projects when the employer wanted to create a favorable workplace for its staff. So you can look at it in details later. And those figures actually describe all the features in the workplace. And from the methodological point of view, we also monitored the function on sleep, performance in the workplace, endurance, attention, concentration. What is important is that we monitored
se ukázalo, že to, co sledujeme, že ten vliv
the employees and the influence of this electromagnetic field was very interesting.
Vysloveně jak působí velké intenzity světla na produkci serotoninu.
A production of serotonin was monitored, which is a hormone of good mood, and it turned out that not just intensive light radiation stimulates the production of serotonin, but even a low intensity radiation may have an important effect on the production of this hormone.
Jednotlivých vybraných částí spektra.
In other words, ultra-soft source of radiation even works in very low frequencies, in very low intensity, A potential effect of ultralight radiation might be one of potential options of further studies in connection to the principles of homeopathy. This is just a marginary issue, and the results of self-evaluation confirmed that light radiation of this kind might not treat seasonal disorders or serious depression, but it may mitigate some problems and increase serotonin production and may help an individual who is exposed to this electromagnetic radiation through stimulating the immunity system of this person. And this was really proven. So that was like one of the most important results the study had. So stimulation of immunity. Here are some more details. Here is one of the graphs, charts belonging to one specific participant, and there are some features measuring blood pressure, pulse, oxygenation of blood, CO2 concentration, and so on. The findings, the results of the pilot epidemiological study, so positive effects were found on the quality of sleep, better performance in the workplace, concentration, attentiveness, performance, positive effect on cardiovascular system, and neuroendocrinology assays. And while all the study was carried out during COVID pandemic, the overall effect of the participants was that in the main team, no infection, no COVID infection was identified, while it was currently spread intensively, not just in that company, but in the whole Czech and world population. So this is very striking. And what are the final findings of this epidemiology study? This study can be also applied on phenomena and curative processes which are not completely presented by EBM. We deal within the main pillar with bioelectrodynamics, the Institute of Electronics of the Science Academy is involved in this area. New methods are being developed for diagnostic purposes as well. And a pilot study gave a hypothesis of possible potential effect on health prevention. Despite all these findings, the root cause hasn't been identified. Therefore, it's necessary to leave space for some complementary approach and integrative approach. And also the epidemiology methodics may be helpful in further investigation, because we have been able to identify what happened, but we are not sure why this happened. The most important information is that in European and Czech conditions, the normative basis of clinical studies is very strictly, legislatively limited, determined. Common pharmaceutical studies and devices are very closely connected with legislative processes and very regulated. If epidemiology research has much easier conditions for application. Here it was much easier to find space for this. I think that, for example, the agency regulating pharmacies would never approve such a study. So here we had much more space. Epidemiology research may help allow such processes and decrease some inaccuracies in their application. It only corrects the potential. We mentioned that potential homeopathic influence of electromagnetic radiation. I would say this is just, let's say, a marginal additional effect of the study, which would still be worth further investigation. And we should conduct some more measurements of this homeopathic influence. Thank you for your attention. And I wish you an enjoyable stay in this conference. Thank you.
Děkujeme. Thank you so much, Engineer Och. Engineer Och told us about balneology and how it contributes to the medical field and well-being. And the SOMAS ultra-soft, low-frequency electromagnetic radiation and its health benefits. Thank you so much.